These guys, you can tell these guys are PCs, just running edits. Oh my. Well, he's got good. Oh my god, bro, he's okay. No, those skins, I love those skins. Why did you play with those skins? Oh. Come in, move. Well, let's see this. Ah, nice. Get this double spray on him. Ah, yes. Yes, it's on Twitch. Yeah, I'll watch this on Twitch. Why? Nice, that's cool, isn't it? Okay, I might show some good clips and stuff to me. Ivy, can you pass me the orange juice, please?
Victory Royale. I'm wondering how that shakeup looks. What does the catch-up look like? You have to toss it over to the desk to see exactly.
Thank you.
You have to toss it over to the desk to see exactly how that game's results throw down.
Here.
We're in the bag, just screaming our heads off. All right, we're just yelling as all of this is happening. Trios falling left and right. This is absolutely insane. Now, we'll take a look at the standings in just a little bit. This was game number 5 on the day. 11 of the overall tournament finals here. Gentlemen, at this point, it's a battle between first and second. Everyone else is
Now, while I do this YouTube video, I need to
about
watch
a
this.
large amount of prize money, okay? And all these trios, they're looking to climb as high as they can to walk away with more of that pie. Reese, Levin, this game is way too tight right now.
Look, you said it's a battle for first and second, but it almost was a battle for first and second. This was a full southwest zone. It looked like Queasy completely had it in them. This is basically the worst possible zone for Savage's team, pulling all the way from Steamy Stacks all the way to max distance map. We saw it not work out for them, but at the same time, it looked like it was going to be Queasy's zone. As soon as that 5th zone pops, they're situated on height. No way to build over. They can't do their signature height play, and it all falls apart on the rotate. So this, both of our top 2 teams eliminated early in this game, which means that we saw 4ZR. We were watching 4ZR tasting a Nate through that entire end game. I think that was a third for them there with, I think, 7 eliminations, which is a ton of points, which means it was a battle for top 2. But I think with that game, those guys are going to move all the way up. And now it seems to be a 3-way battle for first coming into the final match.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to come out and say, look, the top 2 teams made their lives a bit harder coming into that last game. But it's really unlucky, right? In the case of Savage's trio, where you have the max distance zone. It's not even a max distance zone, the max distance zone for that team. And even in Queasy and Trilix's case, you know, they don't pull 50-50. That height difference, it just wasn't going to happen, right? They just weren't going to get height there. And so you saw they were posturing for it, right? You know what they want to do, but they just couldn't execute it. And so going into this last game now, it's a 3-horse race. And what a race is it? What a race. Like, this is going to be crazy. Ultimately, one of these 3 teams is going to be in the sort of closing moments of that game. And that's probably going to be the team that takes it. And so what happens now if there's all 3 of those teams in that situation? Like, then things just get...
We have a good game.
We're getting all different levels of crazy right now in the final game.
This is absolutely insane. We'll take a look at these standings in just a second. First, we got to talk about our top 3 going into that last game. This battle at the top. We got to highlight the 3 trios that are closest to the Axe of Champions.
We literally just talked about these teams as already. You know, we set this up saying, let's go the top 3 teams coming in. I think they're still the top 3 teams in contention right now. 4ZR, Tayson, and Nate had a good first day, but not anything amazing. They were 4th coming out of that first day. Now they're in 3rd, so moved up a single point, maybe even pushed their way up the leaderboards a little bit more. But Redguard, Savage, and Drea, after the first day, they were in 1st. It was all looking really, really good up until that, what was that, game number 10, where they started to get overtaken then. And then here we go, 11 games deep. They've kind of moved down a little bit. The gap seems to be changing a little bit more. This is one of the best 3-way races coming into the finals that we've seen in a long time. This is so tense.
Yeah, and you know, you look at Queasy and Trulex, both incredibly experienced players. Juriki, this is only his 2nd time playing in an FNCS finals. You know, is the pressure going to get to him coming into that final game? You know, he tweeted out just before the last game, we need to focus now. And so is this going to be the opportunity for them to close things out and win their first ever FNCS championships collectively? First team to break 300 points, 308 points, sitting on top of that standings. Queasy, Trulex, and Juriki, they need to hold on going into this last game. Redguard and Drea and Mr. Savage, even though they didn't get the game they wanted, they're still sitting there in 2nd, and you know, the gap is reachable between them and Queasy. And so now, even with Tayson, 4ZR, and Nate coming into this race, it is still a very difficult one to win.
Look, here's what I'm going to lay out for you. The worst game that Queasy, Trulex, and Juriki have had so far has been 10 points. So let's assume that's the same again. That puts them on 318, which means that Redguard and Drea and Savage, 4ZR, Tayson, and Nate will need to win the game, and Queasy, Trulex, and Juriki will need to have one of the worst or equally worst games they've had throughout today, when they are extremely consistent already, which is very, very unlikely in order for them to win. Watching Queasy, Trulex, and Juriki's early and mid game is going to be so critical, because if they go down early, it's an absolute open field for any other 2. Potentially, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Reason Vidil, Noah Riley. If they win with a huge elimination game, which we've already seen them do, and the top 3 don't perform, which again is possible, they could potentially get in there too, but they could also get up into top 3.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? We are all focusing on who's going to be the one to clinch first place coming into this last game. But of course, there are still stakes that need to be set in terms of looking at who can get top 3. You want to auto qualify, right? So all those teams that, you know, I feel bad for Sancho and Shire in a way, because they're going to have to keep a track of everything and let us know what's going on, because there is going to be so much riding on this final end game. Like, I just want to sit back now and just enjoy the action.
Listen, I just checked, okay? Queasy has just tweeted, this decides it all. Good luck to all. Juriki, good luck, everyone. Good luck. They are aware. This is confidence coming into this game. Will they take it home? Will they be dethroned? We're about to find out, Fortnite fam. One final game in Europe. Sancho West, Shire Wager. Bring us home, boys.
3 teams, 1 dream, and the best reason to do it in, it's Europe. The last game, Sancho West, is on the line, and we're going straight in with Savage, Redguard, and Andretta. 2nd place, about 20, almost 30 points behind. Can they do it? Can they catch up to 1st place and triumph in the final game of EU?
There's only 4 words that could capture this moment. Good luck and have fun. This is the final game of the FNCS EU region. Will we have a new FNCS champion, or will Hen, Genesis, and Chapix, I don't know, do the astronomical performance? But all eyes are on our top 3. Queasy, Redguard, and Tayson all have a chance to win. And it all went down to the final moments last season. Will we get a repeat finish?
I'm about to get home.
Have been the most consistent all throughout the day. You can see the stat on screen. The thing is, though, it's not about consistency anymore. They're on the catch-up. They're playing defense. A majority of this tournament, we're sitting very, very chill in that 1st place spot. Now at 2nd, they need to actually be proactive this game. They can't just stay waiting on low ground. Maybe play for height. Depending on where the zone goes to, that'll be huge. You know what happens in the final games of the day on EU. We end up in the mountains, we end up in the sea. It gets crazy. Meanwhile, though, regardless of all of that, Trulex, Queasy, Juriki, 1st place. So good throughout the whole day. Reset it best just to show you how dominant these guys are. Their worst game, Sancho, they get 10 points. You have to count on this team to have a good game no matter what. And every team right now in the lobby is preying on their downfall.
essentially their worst. It's been a lot of trios' best. They have a 24-point lead right now. If you want to keep tabs on it, you want to do the work with us, you want to do the math. Trulix's trio is at 155 for the session. That means for the day. You're looking at Andretta's trio still locked in at 118. Third place right now is 118 as well. So you're looking about 24 points difference between first and second. Third place right now is at an 11-point difference between third and second. Good luck doing math.
And in this final game, we pulled up an extra chair at the table. There are 3 teams neck and neck, close by, looking for that top tier first place spot. The champions of Europe, to be 4ZR, Tayson, and Nate rolling in 273 points throughout both days. They're also very, very close, but have to do so much and hope that Queasy, Jerky, and Trulix trip over themselves trying to clinch this last game.
Let's take a look at the Zone 1 that's been revealed. If you're sitting out there and you're a Queasy fan, they're on the bottom left of your screen, and they have to go through all of those South rotator players that are all out there that have been just clawing. They've been bruising a lot of people, so that's going to be something to keep an eye on as they make that treacherous rotation. And Shio, Savage, Resguard, and Dretta, this is really close. This is a very winnable situation considering Zone 1 pulled their way. Last zone went all the way across the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's close to them, but neither team really pull the zone into their domain. Everyone's gonna have to move a little bit, especially 4ZR all the way at Sweaty Stands. Even Steamy Stacks, you see that white line? They have to eventually end up leaving this POI. They're on a timer, and they have to make sure their game is efficient.
We cannot forget fourth place, the deal Noah Riley and Reason making a return back into the top 3. So that's the only new team that are within the striking distance, within being that auto qualification as well. And that is what a phenomenal performance from them, no matter what. It let them know that they could change their play style. If for some reason the placement points or elimination points changes, they know they could be aggressive, they could be that buzzsaw. But this is what's been so impressive throughout the day is Trulix, Queasy, and Jerky who've been playing height aggressively. And who knows, imagine if day 1 they were able to get those victory royales when they had height, how much of a runaway performance this would be for season 6.
Yeah, I have it down in my notes. This team was literally supposed to win on day 1. The positions they were in, you're absolutely correct. Like, they literally were dominant and no team could, in theory, really catch them. In reality, though, they definitely did get caught. Going back, though, watching the VODs, making sure everything, all the mistakes were fine. They came into day 2 with a fresh mindset, and now they have a huge lead on many teams. All they have to do this game is survive.
We already talked about a lot of numbers, but let me throw you the big numbers that's happening here. But let me put a pause on that as our defending FNCS champions are in trouble. Lanuth's trio here has put so much pressure on them. Now that Janice is in a defensive stance here, Lanuth does get hit. It is cracked right now, and that might be just enough to kind of slow down this push that's happening from Slicks, Marine, and Lunef.
Gonna be trying to go all the way in. At the same time, every team right now, they might not be holding anything back. In the last game, you might need a lot of eliminations to go a little bit higher. And the prize thresholds there are for the entire tournament we're watching so far, for the whole finals, for Janice and Chapix, it might not be possible for them to level up the whole way and get top 3. They're about, I would say, 40 points behind. So they definitely would need the win. High Chris is here, still chasing them. They disengaged over and over again yesterday. And, you know, both teams have to play their games out. If this is the first time you're tuning in for the day watching, Hen's team, we're watching on screen right now, Under the Bridge, has been contesting High Chris's team for all 12 games. They're trying to run away too, just to play this one out. High Chris does not care. They're coming through, chasing all the way. They're trying to have this fight towards the very end.
This is so heartbreaking to watch Hen, Chapik, and Janice. Chapik's tweeted out that he has never been contestant since squads. And we're just seeing them right now. Defending champions. Not a lot of room to breathe. They essentially need a double-digit elim and a victory royale, and a lot of other teams ahead of them to go down, but I'm not seeing it. As much as I would love to root for a repeat, the repeat is looking like it's in shambles.
Entire tournament hanging by a thread, no shields to kind of protect them either. They have to do this absolutely raw. Vortex jumping all the way in. Hen gets taken out. Chapix 1 HP. Both these teams, both these players have such a history throughout these entire finals. And although Janice Chapix and Hen have been winning off spawn entirely, it might just be High Chris who gets the last laugh. Janice on his wall. Champions fall. Their run so far for the top 3 is over. Phenomenal, though. Contested for 12 games. They had a very good showing and will end somewhere within the top 10 or 15 at the end of the finals.
It's just something that when it comes down to this moment, this is what it is all about. FNCS, we still have 3 teams that are just separated by a victory royale. Payson, 4ZR, and Nate. As a team, they're in 3rd place. Only 11 points behind. Again, 118. Keep an eye on that number. It needs to be added by 11 more points, and they're tied for 2nd place. Of course, that's all going to come down to tiebreakers and things of that sort, but this is why I'm casting and I'm not an admin. Right now, we're all eyes right here. Focus. Everyone gather around. We're getting into the final moments of game 12 here. And you may think, Sancho, this game just started. This feels like the finality of it. You know what I mean? This is it.
It is. It is. It's the last game. Jerky, Queasy, Trulex, 1st place. And with the champions from last season gone, it's like we're at the coronation for this team so far. If it was a movie, right, there could be a possibility of hijinks happening at the ceremony. People are still in contention, the top 2 teams to interrupt. But once again, for these guys to lose their 1st place slot, they would have to go down before kind of the 8th or 9th zone. I don't see that happening, especially from this spot. There's no teams near them. No bow shots really hitting this big Guardian outpost. There's no chance that these guys flip up right now. As the game goes on, it will get scarier. Here's the team that wants to make it happen. Savage, Andretta, Refsguard, once again, 2nd place. They need to catch up. They need to win this game.
I was mentioning big numbers before. Let me hit you with those numbers right now. 1st place, $300,000. 2nd place, $210,000. 3rd place, $135,000. That's what's at stake here between the 3. Not only that acts of champions, not only be able to put that social media post, not only to be able to make that video that's going to get thousands and thousands of views and your clout's going to go up because everyone's going to call you a champion. It's all about that life-changing money as well. And then you go down 4th and 5th, 6th, still thousands of dollars. That top 10 is going to be a threshold that you want to break, because if you break that top 10, Shayo, that's going to be $10,000 a piece.
You want to make sure you can catch up. The other thing on the line as well for every team behind the one on screen right now, Tayson, 4ZR, and Nate, basically everyone from 4th place below. You hit top 3 this FNCS, you're automatically invited to the next one to be inside the finals as well. So Tayson, 4ZR, and Nate have their own gate to keep while they try to get further and further up inside the top 3. They have to make sure they don't go down and they get an auto qual all the way. You saw how rough it was for their season. All the qual weeks, issues, errors, in heats as well. They kind of fixed it up, but they had trouble getting all the way here. They look amazing today. Amazing right now, but they don't want to repeat the process.
Still, other teams that are in this match have a lot to play for themselves. We cannot forget about that all-star game that will happen later on. The top 15 will be able to get into that match.
They're looking for big qualifications on all sides. Queasy, Jerky, Trulex. In a little bit of trouble right now. These are the spots that you can't make mistakes at. And these are also the places where every other team who was playing normally might be slightly hungrier, understanding that, hey, we might need to get the top 10. I want to get to the upper portions of prizing. I might have to push the team in front of me that I usually wouldn't. Sun and Jules, a passive team, might make that choice, but no, with this defensive base, Queasy, Jerky, and Trulex will be fine. They're used to being free, though. They like walking around. That's not going to be the case right now. And on Surge as well, they're just 18 damage above.
Yeah, yes, exactly what I was going to point out. Look at it. Both people that are in the top 3, just above Surge, and 10 players have to go down here very soon in the next zone. So every shot's mattering. They're going to have to get this important tags. Refsguard in the bottom right of your screen, armed with an infantry rifle. Doesn't get any connections, but look at the zone, Shayo. Zone 2 is going to be another mountain finish.
Can't get nervous here on the Surge. I know it's just 18. It's half a tag. It looks drastic, but patience is key. Everyone else should be a lot more nervous and more desperate to push for shots. Queasy always hits these, but no, doesn't get a single bullet on the head. People all the way up top, Stompy, Shadow, and 32. Joe, and Lazy Lakes. 19 above now.
Oh.
their game to the absolute limit. True Luck, Squeezy, Jerky, different. They're looking right beside Tayson, actually overtake them and get into the top 3. They're in 4th place currently. Tayson has to defend this right now inside the same POI. They're 192 damage below.
No, what is this lag? I need to see this.
Ardent inside this building, but no, Tayson is moving with no protection all the way up the side of this ramp, and he gets beamed down, has to heal all the way up, and 21 damage above. The outreach was worth it, but they're still not off scot-free.
The monster that's underneath the bed of Tayson's dreams of a 3-time FNCS championship is now haunting them and giving them some nightmares, because look, they're only 9 above, and throughout the entire tournament we've seen Storm Surge being the bullseye, the target, and so many trios right now are looking for those easy eliminations to get them those thousands of dollars as they creep up more and more on the leaderboard. A lot to play for everybody else on the field.
They can't true up Surge now. The entire run they've had this season, it's been Surge issues every single time. There's no way in this game, the finale, will they just trip up for now. Yeah, they go all the way up, build the bases, 86 damage above. It's looking good. And now with 69 players alive, Surge will stop still. They're not kings of their spot right now. Joe, Stompy, and Shadow can have better peaks right below them. Fast Roki and Ardent will look to cause trouble. Meanwhile, True Luck's Jerky trapped beside a river in a shed. If I
Bro, lag, it just froze.
get them into a spot to survive and not really have a team interrupt, then up on another one.
I can't see it.
This is so huge for Jerky. They don't have to make as many edits now. They're going to be relaxing for the moment too. The issue.
The heck? Stop freezing. I can move.
Relaxing for the moment too. The issue is they've bullied 2 teams on mountains and caught their attention. One of them being a team that might be looking at them to stop their run. Savage and Dread are ref scarred.
This is like one of those things right there is you're seeing that they're used to being really chill on Surge. They can make those kind of aggressive plays for height, but when you have that Surge parasite weighing you down, that anchor, you're not going to be as free to crank up to height. Those 90s just become a little bit heavier. In fact, Shiloh, everything is heavier right now. Every edit, I bet you their mouse or controller, whatever input they're playing on, just feels a little bit more heavier. It's like a 5-pound weight sitting on it.
Definitely a lot of pressure. 840R Tayson, though, no strangers to it. We know how decorated Tayson is. We know the prowess of Nate and 40R2. Popping off, whether it's duos for Nate, whether it's the trio prowess of 40R as well. Tayson's so good in every mode, too. These guys can definitely do it, but once again, they're the team that the majority of players in this lobby are looking to take out. I know 1st and 2nd are having their own battle, but for 3rd, they are on the line. Fast Roki beats the Art.
No, bro, what is this lag? Literally, I can move and stuff. It's
through 2. They had a chance to meet up with Vidil, No O'Reilly, and Reason. They're right below them in 4th place. Meanwhile, in 2nd, Savage, Rustguard, and Dredda looking at the server, trying to pinpoint where that 1st place team is, or just trying to get tags.
They're looking good though. Center zone and everybody that's in the top 3, everybody in the lobby that's still alive has been doled out 5 points. So that's why they went from 118 to 123. So far, no movement yet in the top 3. No one's gaining ground. No one's lost ground right now between Andretta's trio, 4ZR, and Queasy. All looking good. The only thing that I'm really concerned is this right here. What does the Storm Surge look at? We saw 2 big bow shots, putting them at 85, putting 160 into that HP bankroll. But is that going to be enough for them to last? Are they going to have enough financial Storm Surge to be able to withstand all this pressure that's happening right here, right now?
Talk about pressure. This is a very similar position we saw, I believe, Anas, Thomas, HD, and Flick at last game. A team focuses you while you can't really move between the 3rd, 4th, and 5th zones. You start running out of your materials completely. Fast Roki's not letting this one go. They're dropping down all their ammo into this position. They ran out of shields above them. They ran out of gas. They ran out of mats completely. And it looks like they're looking to all in an 8-4ZR and Tayson below before this storm starts to move.
We're seeing that a knock went through for Reason. Now they're at
Thomas HD are also used to winning at least 1 game, I feel like, inside these finals, having a big pop off, and they haven't done it yet. They could steal away the VR. They're still alive and looking really healthy. Meanwhile, Savage, wide open edit. Good job closing it after all that pressure. I was expecting a bow shot to come in. That would not be good for just the inventory management and loadout. Joe Stompy are still all the way up on their high ground position from Lazy Lake. They're looking to dominate this game. They did get up in the prizing thresholds. Oh no, 4-yard down. That's what I was talking about. Fast Rookie did not want them to get away for free. Nate now stuck behind the wall. It's not his. He can't edit it. Pizza looking for the big shots, but he goes down. Getting the Elam or not will fall privy to them too. Tayson will have to leave him behind, and look who they're going to be running into. Reason, Vadil, Noah Riley. He's caught their attention. The 4th place team right below them might be the ones to take him out, but he might be actually affecting them in moving by. I think, yes.
Oh my!
He picked up Vadil, got the Elam too. Left over. Tayson is not going to go out without a big bang. He's looking for the big shots. Reason is going to be taken down on shields. Zone, 17 seconds. Still moving in. They're really desperate. They pushed up on these builds to move forward. But they're still not in zone. This is trouble.
Tayson, the 2-time FNCS champion, a trio champion, and a solo champion, is going to make his way to hold on as much as possible. A lot of ground to move on through to make sure they could get closer to the top here. But we're seeing there still are 2 places here of Refsguard's trio and Queezy's trio are still in, and we saw Savage was able to get a couple eliminations. And O'Reilly, who are sitting in 4th place, who've been moving up the board slowly but surely here, now have to continue the rest of it, and Tayson is out, locked in 3rd place. But we already know there's going to be a lot of movement because there's a lot more game here in the final 12th game. Shio.
Savage still acting like a frilled neck lizard right now, really puffing out his chest and looking for big positions all the way inside the circle. Every team right now is doing their best to be intimidating and make sure no other team steps to them or gets in their box. Meanwhile, Queasy, Trulex, Jerky, the 1st place trio is not on that wavelength. They're more so operating like a jack in the box. Low ground, being very low key. They don't want to make any over edits. They're hiding from the rest of the lobby. Meanwhile, when that game actually goes through, we get towards the end game, you'll see them pop out. A big scary trio who loves to go for height. They'll still be on their game. There they are, side by side, 1st and 2nd place with a very different play style and with a full metal base, basically a submarine base. It looks like all the way on low ground. No one's going to be penetrating it whatsoever. No shots will really come through. They'll be fine all the way till end game.
Let me just make things simpler right now. I know all of us are trying to do math, but Queasy, if they could just CS championship.
Like it's there.
This is a 2 trios race. You're absolutely right. Whoever survives longer wins this FNCS, as long as they get to one of those end game circles. So we're on our marks. We're getting set and ready. In 3 seconds, we'll have the zone and we'll be ready to go. Toos, Kiriachi, Stormy right, Noah Riley up top. You know, but Noah Riley, Reason and Vadil are on height. They're so good at just punishing every low ground team. This could be trouble for Savage and Queasy as well. None of them looking to take height, really. They're looking to survive. Same place, same boxes, and they both don't really pull zone completely. It's a pseudo max rotate, and they might be right beside each other.
Savage, the in-game leader for this situations right here. His prowess, his clutch factor is all on the line. He has to lead Refsguard and Dreda. Savage joining this duo to form this newly trio that's performing out of their minds right now. Only 13 above Storm Surge, so that's going to be dangerous for them.
They're following the old tarp of Trulex, Squeezy, and Jerky. They're actually box to box, side by side, it feels like, and right behind their tails, they actually end up on different layers.
Mr.
That could have been so
Savage
dangerous
and
ahead of them.
about to fight.
Breaking into another person's box, so they might go toe to toe with Andalex on low ground and focusing on the bottom right now for Savage. Queasy is way ahead of zone. They're looking really good right now. Savage, meanwhile, is walking by, burning trees, a forest set ablaze, and working through builds that aren't even his own. This is not normal. He likes having his own lair. They found ultimate low ground, though. They're free, green pastures, and they're moving forward. Meanwhile, Queasy is slightly elevated up top. It's a battle of who can survive. They put out some fire, but the rest of the builds catch. Savage's feet are hot. He goes all the way back, and it's time for a med kit. Meanwhile, Queasy going all the way a little bit for height, gets interrupted and dropped down below. Both teams trying to survive, both in so many different layers of pressure.
Queasy trying to go back to his playbook to go for height, but was denied by Flickanos and Thomas HT. All eyes are on the right side of the screen. Let's see what happens right here. Savage is in trouble. Savage is down to 7 HP without any shield here. This is going to be a moment right now for the tournament. Run is on their lives right
have
now.
a med kit, no.
Jerky and Trulix just hold on.
Okay,
But look at the push that's happening in the bottom right.
Savage,
The trio picks up elimination, and they have so much space control right now. They're pushing through the builds. They're getting the E limbs right now. But can Queasy, Trulix, and Jerky just hold on? That's all they have to do.
Queasy, Trulix, Jerky moving slower and lower in boxes. Find a big edit onto the Symptos. They get a huge knock. This will be dangerous to try to finish, though. Every edit they look for could be on the front of a pump shotgun going straight to the face. Queasy backs up. The full trio still alive, still healthy, and have a reasonable amount of materials. Savage, though, pop the med kit. He's looking good all the way on the bottom right side of your screen. Anas, Thomas, Flick are still doing their thing on high ground. They're not over and ready to give things up completely this FNCS. And Dredda has gone down on the bottom right side of the feed. Second place might be getting left behind in the dust and fire as Queasy, Trulix, and Jerky are looking to control low.
They're right on the same layer at the low ground, just a small layer separating. Savage and Revscore as a duo have to work together against Jerky and Trulix. A knock goes through on Queasy, getting Clement. That's going to be a more points on the board right here. It's unbelievable. First and second here on the low ground, and Savage takes out Trulix. This may be the opening that they need to be able to catch up right now. Queasy and Jerky are still on their feet, and Queasy's in trouble. Queasy's going to be taken out.
Oh,
and now,
no. Come on, Savage, you got it.
With 6 eliminations and the victory out in their sights, could win it all right here, right now.
I don't see Trulix fully out just yet, so that first team might still be in the way. Jerky going down towards the storm. It looks like I don't see Savage alive either. It could be a matter of just moments and mere points right there, but it seems as though Queasy, Trulix, and Jerky have done enough to wrap up the FNCS. It might be a matter of moments, but they should be your champions. Meanwhile, Thomas, Anas, and Flick, they'll roll into the end game. You can never count them out when you talk about EU. Slated to win everything. They'll be on defense with Hottie, but Anas goes down almost close to Thomas HD. Both teammates, Thomas to clutch things out in the final game. 2 final teams left, but it's looking like almost, yes, a 1v3. The impossible task is in front of Thomas HD. This is going to require everything he's done so far, all the experience. 130 drop down, block the shot, another flick on the right, but it's not going to be enough. Thomas gets taken down. Endon and Joku are the ones to win the final game. But that 2-legged race, the 2-man 3v3 that happened in the end game, Sancho, looks like Trulix came out on top.
Wow, what a great finish for our 12th game. Congratulations to Endon for getting that victory out with that trio there. You can definitely build on that performance. But hey, the soda's gonna be popping right here, right now for Queasy, Trulix, and Jerky. Congratulations, you are this season's FNCS champion.
Absolutely. What a phenomenal run on both days. The first day looking like they should have won the...
Congrats. Oh my god, bro. How? Bro, I actually thought Mr. Savage would win until he died there, though. When he died, I had to mute my mic. I almost cried. Come on, Savage, you could have got it. So sad. I mean, Savage still won a lot of money, though. Didn't win, though. He got money. He did good. Oh my god, bro. Yeah. I'll join that soon. Oh, now seeing that. We're gonna just have some more good news. That's what the battle royale tells you all about. It's basically Fortnite news. But guys, I'm not gonna be one of those kids in Fortnite now where it just goes with certain guns just because it likes some more ammo. I'm gonna try to go full sweat now. I'm not gonna. No air spray is when it's close up. If I think I should air spray, I will air spray. I will just not do it because I hate it. I will do everything. I'm not gonna hate no more. I'm gonna go full sweat. Oh, here we go. Put your loading screen from random, but you have a favourite loading screen. This got pleasant. Watching that makes me feel like sweat. Like a lot of people, it makes them feel like a noob because they've just seen like best players. But I hit marker, I headshot him like 10 times. I hit him. I thought I'd teammate then because I was about to mark it and I was like, wait, who marked that? But then I realised I did. I'm just gonna... Oops, I jumped a bit early. Great. Yeah, two noises, this, and it goes, or it goes, Okay, Ivy, do you think I'll win? Tell me if you think I'll win. Okay, looks like I'm not gonna win then. You're gonna win. Oh, thank you. Now we're gonna win because Ivy said I'll win. And when Ivy's always right. You're not gonna win. Stop changing, I wanna win. Right. Pickaxe. I'm a bit laggy. I say I'm a bit laggy, then I lagged out bad. Almost pickaxed him. Once I was pickaxing a wall, then Jones the first just walked in front of me like he was wanting to die. And then I ended up pickaxing him, and then he started spraying me like, will you pickaxe me? And I'm like, you walked in front of me. Ay. I cried when I popped a little bit. That one kid. Bro, what the heck? Why doesn't that kid play arena? Why is he just fake defaulting? Why doesn't that kid play? Oh my god. He emotes on me too. He ain't even good. I mean, he's good, but bro, why is that kid not in arena fake defaulting and then defaulting on me? Why don't he just play arena? He just randomly tried opening something on the one out there, and it actually showed him opening something. What the heck? There wasn't even out there, bro. This kid, either he's a noob and he got lucky on me, which probably not because he shot and started spamming builds, or he's just some sweaty. He's just a sweat fake defaulting on me that I wanted. Why? Fake default. Ivy, you can't. It don't work like that, Ivy. I can't come in with a different person, not them. Right, you ready, guys? You ready? I'm gonna try trick shot. Awful. How far? Where are all those people? Oh, not just that. Alright, let's go Holland. That default with one tap as well. I'm gonna mute my mic, it makes me better. Bro, that's lag as well. I knew it there, guys. I knew we were there. And then I just built a wall. I built a wall and I built a roof above me. I turned, I picked up the grenades, looked back, and there weren't any builds there. And there didn't any no shots to stop them. Bro. Look at the top. I don't know if you can see this, but look at the top where it shows your internet sign, and then if you have a cross and I am so lucky. My internet's literally been good all day. Right, bro. Okay, what's with everyone landing here? What the hell? What's with everyone dropping here? I'm at dirty docks. Who drops at dirty docks? I know the first place to jump out at. I guess it's because it was the first place to jump out at. Right, SMG. Imagine me drinking that big pot, then dropping down and seeing those minis. Nah, bro, you escaping? That kid's escaping. Do it already. Where's he leaving? Nah, he ain't. Oh God! If he has a shot, I'm dead. Oh, don't do that. I don't have a shotgun. Alright, I'm dead. I'm not already dead. I'm about to die. Unless he has a shot for me. Yeah, he has a shot for me. I he has attack though, so. Ooh. Purple pistol. Oh, bro, I have purple dual pistols. Well, I'm not afraid to fight you. Do you think I'm afraid? Is that it? Do you think I'm afraid to fire? Oh God, I am now. Bruh, how am I meant to hit those? That guy with one tap I didn't even need that, I have to admit. It was too easy, I didn't really deserve that kill, bro. There's minis. There's one more mini and a big pot in there. I could get 100 again if I went back down. Now I'll fight. I'm probably gonna die though. I'm gonna mute my mic again to focus. Someone just got a triple kill with an explosion. Right, I'll mute my mic now. Right, there's another one on this side. That is the same camping now. I'll make it more just the same camping now. Just in case I have to check. Stream sniping's so hard. I tried it once. Don't ban me epic, please. I tried stream sniping once. It's so hard. I can't get in anyone's game ever. I try it like nearly every time I'm watching streams. Right. Is there any car in here? Because I walked there because I lost my car. It's behind my back. I'm not gonna get it. There's a gas station there, I'll get. I know what. Oh, I thought I'd do my tyres to throw at that. Did I always the time? They ain't even a gas station.
Tweet about it, just stupid.
Yeah, my copyright, so I don't want to listen to a rap anyway. Yeah, that sounds weird coming from me. I can't focus listening to music anymore. I just remembered about my legendary tag. I'll try to Ivy, do you think I'll win? Okay, I'll win for you. I'll win for you, okay? I'll try win for you, okay? I can't win any money from it because I don't have monetization. It means you earn money from YouTube videos. I don't have it on. I need people to use YouTube Premium watching me. Alright, so if people commented, I will use YouTube Premium and actually do use it, not just say that, just so I get monetization. Then I'll turn it on so I can earn money from the videos. But I'll have to ask my mom. I mean, I don't see why she wouldn't let me though. No, not those skins. I hate those skins. They go so hard. That skin don't play Fortnite properly. There's just something about those skins. It's annoying. I can't afford to die. Nah, there's something about those skins that they always kill me every time. Like, bro, they always go as hard as I can on me. Okay, so far in this video we've done 3 games. This is AMSO and this is the best one so far. Ooh, I thought I was gonna die to fall damage there. Okay, bad idea to shoot, but whatever. No, they're actually trying to see me. That's the police, their loot's there. Nah, that kid dropped the loot and picked it up again. I think, bruh. They want to team or something. Nah, bro, they froze. They froze. Oh, thanks for killing him for me, someone. I couldn't have got that skin. Oh, it's a marshmallow, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel sorry for that kid. Do it to make people come. That ain't actually that loud of a pickaxe. I. Try like that if there's any gas cans on like that, just to see if it's chilling or not. Because I need to know if it's in really. Or you light the campfire by throwing the gas can on, stand away, shoot the gas can, and it's supposed to light up. I don't know if Epic patched it for some reason or not. Because people were saying Epic were going to patch it. Right guys, like and subscribe for part 2, because we're running out of time for the